guys, so I'm back with a little bit of a haul in a way. I actually went to Moly, the mini shop that they have on Gmarket, and I picked up some of the new Pokemon cosmetics. So I'm gonna go really quickly with this today. I'm going to swatch them, give my very brief first impression. If there's something that you want a more in-depth review about, just post it down in a comment below. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I post new K-beauty reviews and first impressions and swatches and tutorials every single week. So let's talk about the first thing I got, and that was the cushion blushers. Now I got cushion blusher in number 1 and number 2. This one's Pink Pantaji, and this one right here is Rose Coral. That's what it looks like, Rose Coral. So size-wise, the container of this is actually pretty small, but they both have these little faces on them. The faces are marked on the package, so what you see on the package is the face you're gonna get on your cushion. When you open it, it's just like a regular cushion. The little puff right here is a Pokeball, which is super cute, and inside you have your color. Now number 1 is a super light pink. I doubt you might not even be able to really see that on camera. It's really light, and on the skin as well, it's really light. If you are anything even more than my skin tone, it's not really gonna look that great because it's not gonna show up. Even on me, it really doesn't show up. It has to be one of the lightest, most sheer little pinks ever. Super natural, but it's not a great color. It's not gonna work for a lot of skin tones. Now number 2, Rose Coral, is darker, which is a good thing. It doesn't look like the color in the images. If you can see, I feel like it looks a lot more orangey red. On the cheeks though, it does come off a little bit more pink, and if you can see my little cushion swatch right here, you can see it is a little darker than the first number 1, the pink one. It is really subtle and really natural on the cheek. Out of both of them, I think number 2 is better. Although overall, I would say these are not my favorite cushion blushers. I think the ones from Misha are more pigmented and show up really nicely on the skin, more so than these ones. These ones are just a little too sheer. One thing to keep in mind about these cushion blushers is that if you also picked up the Moly Pokemon cushion, these cushion blushers will actually move the foundation from that cushion around. Now one of my favorite things about these cushion blushers is they smell like strawberries. It is definitely a fake strawberry smell, but still major props for that. The next item I picked up is the mini cushion. Now this mini cushion is super cute because it really is mini. This is much smaller than your average cushion. It's the same size as the cushion blushers, so in that case you might feel like you could mix it up, except the difference is that for the cushion foundation you have that full Pikachu on here. Now the one thing I have to say I'm not happy about is the fact that the paint on Pikachu's eye has already kind of picked off a little bit. I just opened this yesterday. It was like this when I opened it, so I wasn't entirely happy about that. It's pretty consistent with the cushion blusher in the sense that the actual cushion is a Pokeball, and inside you have your really little foundation on your cushion. Now what I have to say about the cushions that came in this line, both the blusher and the foundation, is it is a little awkward when you put it on. I just feel like having only 2 fingers makes this a little harder to control as far as a cushion. You really have to kind of spread your fingers out to control it. I am wearing this cushion on my face today. It's not my favorite cushion. I probably won't wear it a whole lot, but it is really handy to toss in the bag, and this is a super cute novelty item. I do feel like if I don't wear any primer, it rubs off on my nose and it sits a little more on top of the skin than I tend to like. I really like my foundations to have a natural finish, but the coverage on this was really good, and that I was impressed with. The next thing I picked up was the Peach Pack. So this is a SPF 42 PA+++, just powder pack. It's super cute. You got your little Jigglypuff on the front, and when you open it up, there's a Jigglypuff that is stamped on the powder. Now obviously the more you use this, that Jigglypuff is going to disappear. The packaging itself is really cute, but it is a cheap plastic, so keep that in mind. It also does not come with a puff. I got mine in the shade 01, which is this shade right here. If you swatch it, you can see it is a light powder. I don't know if you guys can see that. It is pretty and it works really well. It did not take away my shine for the whole entire day, but it worked to set this area of my face, and it didn't look too cakey on top of the cushion. The last thing I got was one of the Get It tints. I love the Moly tints. I think if you're gonna buy tints from South Korea, but the Moly water tints are some of the hands down best, strongest tints you can get. This one is super cute. It looks really dark in the bottle, but it is a bright red. If you can see when I swatch it right here, it is a red, 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 red. Tony Moly tints, they stain really well. They are very long lasting with their stain. I think the package itself is super, super cute. I probably will wear this, especially if I'm going out on a day where I really don't want to touch up at all. I really enjoy these. With tints though, as usual, if you have dry patches on your lip, they tend to stain a little darker, so it's always good to exfoliate before you put on a tint. And that's all I have from the Tony Moly collection today. If there's anything you want to see a more in-depth review about, please post it down in a comment below. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram. You'll see more posts about different makeup looks I do and my life here back in the States, how different it is from Korea. You'll get to see pictures of the hauls so that you kind of know what's coming before everyone else. That's even more so with Snapchat. I tend to Snapchat the things I get right when I get them so that you can get extra excited about upcoming videos. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe because otherwise you're gonna miss all my new reviews. And that's all I have for you guys today, so I will talk to you later. Bye! Hey everyone! So if you've noticed, my lighting and setup is different today, and that is because I finally got a studio setup. I'm still trying to figure out some of the things like where I want to put certain lights, and I'm going to be testing things out, so things might change a little bit over the course of the next few videos, but hopefully I'll figure out my perfect lighting setup soon.